Looking for projects for your academics? Need help with your project? Want any pre-built project? Then you are at right place. Welcome to my channel, Project Solutions Hub. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a foundational yet incredibly useful project that's perfect for B.Tech computer science and engineering students looking to build their academic portfolio. A simple arithmetic calculator using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This project might seem basic, but it covers a wide range of essential front-end development concepts. It's an excellent starting point for your academic projects, helping you solidify your understanding of web technologies. Let's break down the code and understand how it all comes together. 1. The HTML structure, building the calculator's skeleton. We begin with our index, HTML file, which defines the entire structure of our calculator. Notice the meta name equals viewport tag. This is crucial for responsive design, ensuring our calculator looks good on any device, from a small smartphone to a large desktop monitor. We're also pulling in Tailwind CSS via CDN, which makes styling incredibly efficient. Inside the body, we have a series of div elements with the class animated icon. These are for the subtle background animations you'll see later. The main calculator container, which holds everything. The display div, where our numbers and results will appear. And finally, a grid calls for div, which lays out all our calculator buttons perfectly in a 4-column grid. Each button has an on-click event to trigger our JavaScript functions. 2. The CSS styling, making it visually appealing. Now, let's look at the styles section in our HTML, which brings our calculator to life visually. We're using the Inter font for a modern look. The body has a subtle linear gradient background. What makes it really stand out are the animated background icons. We define a CSS, a keyframes animation, called float effect. This animation makes the elements gently float up and down and rotate slightly. The animated icon class applies this animation. Notice font size, 8 rem makes them very large. And color, RGBA 000/0.03 makes them almost transparent. Pointer events, none is a neat trick that allows clicks to pass through these elements to whatever is behind them, ensuring they don't interfere with the calculator buttons. We use z-index to stack elements correctly, placing the calculator above the animated background. We then use nth child selectors to give each icon unique positioning, animation delays, and durations. This creates a beautifully non-uniform, organic floating effect, making the background alive without being distracting. 3. The JavaScript Logic, the brain of the calculator. Finally, the script section holds all the interactive logic that makes our calculator work. Variables. We start by getting a reference to our display element and initializing current input to 0. Operator clicked is a flag to help manage input sequences. For example, preventing multiple operators in a row. Append to display value. This is the core input handler. It intelligently appends numbers and operators to current input. It includes logic to replace the initial 0, handle multiple decimal points within a single number, and ensure only one operator can be entered consecutively by replacing the previous one. Is operator char and is numeric char. These are simple helper functions to determine the type of character. Clear display, as the name suggests. This function resets the calculator's state, setting the display back to 0. Calculate result. This is where the magic happens. It uses eval, current input, to evaluate the mathematical expression. A quick note of caution for B.Tech students. While eval is convenient for simple calculators, it can be a security risk in production applications if you're taking untrusted user input, as it can execute arbitrary JavaScript. For more complex projects, you want to parse the expression more securely. It includes error handling for division by 0 and general calculation errors, displaying error if something goes wrong. It also formats the result using to fixed 10 to prevent excessively long decimal numbers due to floating point precision issues. Keyboard support. We've added an event listener for keydown events. This allows users to interact with the calculator using their keyboard's numeric pad. Operators, enter key for calculation, and backspace escape for clearing deleting. This significantly enhances usability. Learning outcomes for B.Tech CSE students. This seemingly simple calculator project is a goldmine for learning key front-end development concepts. DOM manipulation. You learn how to select and update HTML elements dynamically using JavaScript, document getElement by id, text content, event handling, understanding how to react to user interactions like button clicks, on-click, and keyboard presses, keytone, string manipulation, building and parsing mathematical expressions as strings, current input plus equals sign value, slice, includes, basic arithmetic logic, implementing the core calculation functions, and handling edge cases like division by zero, responsive design, utilizing meta tags and CSS frameworks like Tailwind CSS to ensure your application adapts to different screen sizes, CSS animations and transitions, adding subtle visual flair to improve user experience and make your application more engaging. Why this project is useful for your B.Tech CSE academic projects. For B.Tech CSE students, integrating projects like this into your academic assignments or personal portfolio offers several benefits. Foundational skills. It demonstrates a solid grasp of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which are the building blocks for almost any web-based application. Problem solving. You apply logic to handle various input scenarios, operator precedence, implicitly handled by eval, and error conditions. User interface, UI, design. You gain experience in designing an intuitive and visually appealing user interface. Extensibility. This project can be easily extended. You could add more advanced functions, square root, percentage, memory functions, or even integrate it into a larger web application. Debugging skills. Working through issues like incorrect calculations or UI glitches will hone your debugging abilities. Portfolio piece. A clean, functional calculator is a great addition to your GitHub portfolio, showcasing your ability to build interactive web applications. Now, let's take a quick look at the calculator in action. As you can see, the layout is clean and responsive. The buttons are clearly labeled, and the display updates instantly with your input. Let's try a few operations. First, input a number like 123. Then, press the plus button. Now, input another number, say 45. Press the equal sign button, and there's your result, 168. Notice the subtle animation of the mathematical symbols in the background. It adds a nice touch without being distracting. The AC button clears everything, resetting the display to 0. We also have full keyboard support, so you can type out your calculations directly. This live demonstration really highlights how all the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript work together to create a user-friendly experience. So there you have it, a simple calculator that's far more than just a calculator. It's a stepping stone into the exciting world of web development. I encourage all B.Tech CSE students watching to clone this code. Experiment with it, add new features, and make it your own. Feel free to leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coding tutorials and project breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and happy coding. Thanks for watching. Keep learning with Project Solutions Hub. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.